Oh, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Max's Models. Just trying to do something a little different here. And tonight we have all kinds of things. Big news, the basic build of the Felixstowe is finished and it is on top of the shelf. Also, we have an unboxing, a gift from Orange Tabby. So, let's get to it, and I'll meet you guys in the TARDIS. Well, hello glue troopers, and here we are back in the TARDIS. So I got this from Orange Tabby in Canada today, so he told me it was coming, and I was careful, very careful opening not to damage the interior. He said there was something that might be damaged opening, so here we go. Of course, it has been slit open carefully, but I have not seen what's in it. And let's see. We have some, I guess this is packing paper. Canada and World. I'm going to have to read a Canadian paper, see, get a different perspective on things. Here we go. G'day, Max. A few interesting aircraft. I know you have one of these from a different company. I do not know if you have any of the others. Also sent you a Kaiju collector item. Enjoy, take care, stay safe, and keep on modeling. Orange Tabby. Thank you, Orange Tabby. All right, let's see what the first thing is. We have, let me get out of here, I think it's a Polycarpov. It's like a PO2. It's from Zvezda. Yep, whoops, sorry. And it is the little PO2 from World War II, the biplane that kind of the Russian answer to the Stearman. And of course they use theirs in combat. And that's in 1 to 144 scale. Don't think I'll be rigging that one. Thank you. Let's see what, okay. Oh, Godzilla, Godzilla. Open carefully, okay. Opening carefully. We are opening Kaiju. It's Godzilla playing cards. I didn't even know such a thing existed. Now the question is, should I prepare to play them or just leave them wrapped, because they're probably a bit of a collector's item. Looks like they've got some kind of designer box or something with them, so I'll have to set that up and see. That's interesting, thank you. Okay, we have an Airfix Fokker Eindecker. This is in 1/72nd scale, so I'll have something to put up against that SE5. Wow, there's a lot in here. Thank you, Orange Tabby. The Academy Tempest 5, and I do have a Tempest down here that's that's the monogram kit. I do not have one from Academy. This is 1/72nd scale. The one I got is 1/48 scale. So thank you for that. One 1/72nd Airfix Fuga Magisteer. I've actually seen several of these in real life, never flown one. My old boss used to have one, and that is interesting little airplane, the V-tail on the only jet I know with the V-tail that's all mass production. They sit real low to the ground too. You just almost like step into one like you're getting into an MG midget or something. Ah, the Red Arrows T1 BAE Hawk. I actually have a vacuum foreman right over here that the Wolfman sent me that I should get cracking on. I actually had it out the other day, but this is a conventional, straight up, level 3, 1/72nd scale. Thank you, that's beautiful. Let's see, the Revell 1/72nd scale T6. I think I've only built the Hawk kit, so this should be interesting. We had a guy in our hometown had a, well, it was an S&J markings, but I never did get to fly in it. Magnificent airplane, North American AT6 SNJ. This is, whoa, T6G, which means it's one of the later models, later versions. And the Siran Aichi M6A1. And I did build, right up there on the float planes, I did build a little one, but this is 1/72nd scale. They may be the same scale. But that was either an LS or a Marusan. I think it was a Marusan kit, so I haven't built the Tamiya. And I expect better things with Tamiya, but we'll see. Well, I'll just real quick make sure that was everything. I don't want to risk throwing something away. Well, Orange Tabby, thank you. That's absolutely wonderful. I was actually looking at some kits to take for road builds, and this is a possibility, but I already picked it. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I've got, real quick, guys, I'm going to be going to work on Sunday, 4-day trip, only 1 day off, and then another 4-day trip. So I don't know, that 1 day off I'm going to be pretty busy. Maybe I'll get some content out, but it's possible we might be looking at a 9-day stretch. But I think I'm going to have some time off, some long sits, so hopefully maybe I'll take all of these with me and see what I can build on the road. And we'll just toy with and see what happens. I mean, it's all about fun, right? And on the Felixstowe, it's essentially the early version. It has the unbalanced ailerons, which are the big ones. The longer, slender ailerons are the later model balanced ones, and it has a single Lewis gun. So the paint scheme is an earlier paint scheme, but I put a few of these slightly later mods on it, like I put the small windshields instead of the big ones. And in the make it what you want it to be sort of motif of this channel, what I did was I said, okay, let's say we've got an older Felixstowe, because I thought that was a cool paint scheme, and it's been around for a while. It's had a few upgrades as the crew chief's been able to get some of the newer parts as they've come in, but it's still an older airplane, probably doesn't get a lot of love. It's showing some wear and tear. And so I weathered it a little bit. And I did get all the rigging on it and everything. At another point in time, I will probably start adding bombs and a few things to it, and maybe I'll swap out some of the rigging over time. But right now, the basic build is complete, and I think it's time for me to step away from it and just enjoy it up on the shelf. My wife loved it, and it really does hold a place of honor. And so, Mr. Hamilton, I have to thank you very much for sending me that kit. That was very thoughtful. I'm keenly aware of how much those things cost, and I appreciate that very, very much. The only other thing was I didn't get a chance to do the little Alclad experiment. I have it painted black, and it's nice and hard. And perhaps tomorrow I'll get around to it. And all I'm going to do is just paint one shade, one half the other, cut it, then abut them so you can just see the difference between the 105 and the 101 on a nice, smooth, clean piece of styrene. And that's all I have for that. I think we pretty much beat everything into the ground. I did try doing some recording earlier while I was walking. Well, you saw the intro, but there were just some things I left out or wanted to say, so I might tack a few outtakes on the end of this. But the real big news, though, of course, is the basic Felixstowe's on the shelf, and of course I put patches on it and everything. There were plenty of mistakes and blemishes made during assembly, but one of the things, somebody had mentioned this, and I thought it was a great idea, since it comes with so many extra decals with different versions, I did paint some patches in a few spots, but one of the other things I decided to do was let's use the extra decal material and put it over like they patched it up, and sure enough, it creates these nice patch looking areas. I think it looks pretty good, and it covers a few of the blemishes where I've mounted some of the lines. I did have one accidental overspray, but I thought about trying to clean up, but I realized, you know what? It looks like exactly the kind of green ocean slime that, like when the algae builds up on airplanes. I'm just going to leave it. And I did have to take my two 1/16 scale models off the shelf, but these aren't models that I built. These are the kind that come basically just pre-assembled, just put the wings on them. I've had them for a long time. I was going to do a Battle of Britain documentary that I never got around to because I just found too many others that were already well done. I'd actually made the beginning of it, the intro, but when I started researching the Battle of Britain and realized how much it was going to be like the Battle of Midway when talking about all the major battles. But then I saw some episodes of like Battlefield and the others that were just so well detailed. I'm just repeating. There's no reason. It's just redundant. But the Zero, I think I might have actually used the Zero in my Battle of Midway in a couple of scenes, or was going to. I don't know if I ever got around to it. But they're cool models. Of course, I couldn't have really used that Spitfire in the Battle of Britain because it's got D-Day markings on it, but I wasn't thinking about that when I got it. I got it for like $16 at a Walmart, gosh, 20 years ago. I just put the pilot back in a day. He's been up on my shelf forever. He's missing half an arm. But if Douglas Bader can fly with, 2 legs missing, then I'm sure my pilot can fly with half a plastic arm missing. I did want to show you guys this. I don't know if I ever talked about this before. I made this using a Guilo's Zero as the former for it. But I at one point had considered producing my own models, and I was playing with fiberglassing, and this was a mold that I made that for just as a test, and it sort of worked. I mean, I had trouble because I didn't smooth it out properly inside. I had trouble getting the mold out. The back half came out okay, but the first half got damaged. But it was just an experiment. I don't know why I haven't thrown it away. It's just a lot of work went into it, and it's solid as a rock, and I just kind of kept it as a wall hanging souvenir. Okay, guys, that's it. Now I'm just rambling. And we also have some decals to put on the little convair shuttle. I think these decals actually came from a different Glencoe kit. Somebody sent me the decals. I don't have that other kit, but it just adds a little something to it. And I'll probably take some pictures of that later once I've decided when I finish decaling out. I also had some Apollo decals that went on there that I cut up and a few other things. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and you guys take care. Model on.
It's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye Piccadilly, and farewell Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart's right there. So pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, 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 while you've a Lucifer to light your fag. Smile, boys, that's the style. What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. So pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Over there, send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over there. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over.